right, everybody. So last class we talked about HUD plates and our data plates and HUD labels, and we kind of talked about how ironic it is that your label is actually a chunk of metal and your plate is a piece of paper. But what are we going to do with that data once we get it? I kind of explained to you what they were, where to find them in the home, but what am I going to do once I get that? I would like to make sure that it matches my title, but once I know that it matches my title, I'm going to want to look and see if there's anything else going on with that. Like if I go out to buy a house and I send my property to an escrow officer, a title company, a title lawyer, title attorney, what they're going to do is try and make sure that the home is free and clear of all liens and that you're not buying an encumbered property. When you go to purchase personal property, you're not going to go through a title company. So you're going to need to do a little bit of your own due diligence to find out if the personal property that you are purchasing has any liens against it that you're not aware of, tax liens, liens for loans or mowing liens or anything else that might be showing up on this personal property. I'm going to show you how to do this in Texas, but overall your process across the United States is not going to necessarily be similar, so there's no way I can teach it, but what needs to happen is going to be the same no matter what. You're going to need to figure out how to do it in your state, but what needs to happen is the same. So coming in here, if we take a look at my computer screen, I'm going to show you how we do this here in Texas. I'm at what we're going to call Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, also known as TDHCA. They have a manufactured housing division. Like if I come over here to the home screen for TDHCA and I look across the top, I see manufactured housing. I'll come over here to manufactured housing. And then once I'm in here, this is a website full, just absolutely full of resources for you as a real estate investor that's playing around in mobile homes. If I come down here though, all kinds of information. I cannot even begin to explain everything that's here, and it's not going to be pertinent to many of y'all that are out there watching right now. But there is a section here called Recording, Ownership, and Titling. If I click on this, I come back over here, once again, massive amounts of information, purchase disclosures, everything. And when you're going about this and you are going into your state, let's come ahead and come back over here for a second. You need to be very well aware of how your state regulates and controls mobile homes within the state. They might be a little more stringent than others. They might be less stringent than others. But here in Texas, I do know that if I sell a mobile home within 12 months, I can only sell one mobile home every 12 months. And that's not every year. That's every 12 months. So if I sell a home in July, I can't sell another home again until next July without becoming a licensed broker. So depending upon what state you're in, that might be 2, 3, 4 homes, 5 homes before you have to become a broker. In Texas, it's 1. But once I become a broker, I become held to a higher standard, and there's even more information and things that I have to do. And over here, this website breaks it all down for you. I'm not going to go through all the nuances of Texas law because it's not going to pertain to many of you. But what I will tell you is if you are a Texas investor, come to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, and you'll learn a lot on this website. So if I jump back over here to the website though, there's this little section here that says Research Manufactured Homeownership Records. Now, if I click on this, this is the only website that I know of that is produced by the state in the union, the only state in the union that I know of that has the ability to do online title searches like this. If you are outside of Texas, you might have to go to your Department of Public Safety. You might have to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles to get this done. I don't know how to do it in your state, but I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to figure it out. If I come in here, I've got several different ways to search for this property. I can search for it by address of where it's currently located or where I think it's located. So if the home's been moved and it wasn't permitted when it got moved, then the address on the title and the address of where it's physically located might be different. I've got certificate numbers, last names, so I can search by the owner's names. I can search by the owner's company names. I can search by label, seals, serial numbers, all different ways that I can search for these. Well, I'm going to come back through and I'm going to take a look at a couple of things. I'm going to show you some previous transactions that I've done. This right here is a very, very poor image of a title. Here in Texas, titles disappeared in 2003 and statements of ownership and locations took over. This is a title. Most of your manufactured houses in the United States will have a title, although this one looks absolutely horrendous. If I scroll down, what I wanted to highlight and let you see here, though, is this document right here, which I think you're going to find possibly interesting. If you're a real estate investor and you're used to purchase and sales contracts, you're probably used to multi-page contracts that, really spell out some of the terms and details of it. But look how simple this purchase and sales contract is. I'm not going to read this whole thing for you. I'll let you do that. But this is an owner finance sale of a mobile home. And it just really quickly writes down some of this stuff. And I'm not saying that this is legal or not legal. This isn't one of my transactions. Depending upon your state, you might have finance code. Here in Texas, you have the Texas Finance Code, I believe section 301, that stipulates how an owner finance transaction like this is supposed to occur with personal property. Probably more information than you wanted to know, and I'm probably kind of rambling. But I want to make sure that you just see how simple these can be. That's a single page sales doc that's owner financing this mobile home at $9,500 with a $2,000 down payment at a 6% interest rate. Pretty straightforward document. Just wanted to kind of let you see how that looked. If I come over here and take a look at another one, that same mobile home, here's another bill of sale. This is a cash bill of sale for that exact same mobile home. So what happened here is this lady, Rachel, if I come down here, Rachel Parker purchased this home from Richard Franklin and she bought it financed. Well, after she finished paying this thing off in 6 years or however many years it was, I believe it was 6 years, she turned around and sold it to Chris Woods. And this is the paperwork she used to sell this to Chris Woods. You can pause your screen, you can do whatever you want to if you want to read that. But this right here, she ended up selling it to Chris Woods for $1,000. She paid $11,500 for it 5 or 6 years ago. She turned around and sold it to Chris Woods for $1,000. This is not uncommon in real estate. This is not uncommon in manufactured housing. It is very common actually to purchase these homes for far less than what these people have bought them for. I don't even see the dates here. Let's see, when did Rachel buy this? I'll come back over here. Rachel bought in 2007. And then in 2014, 7 years later, almost a year after she paid it off, she turned around and sold it for less than her down payment. Now, that might sound ridiculous to you. That might sound crazy to you, but how many people do you know that buy a car for $30,000 and then turn around 7 years later and sell it for $8,000, $5,000, a big fraction of what you actually paid for it? Manufactured homes are looked at the same way. So I'm looking through this, but let's go through and let's try and look up some information on this home. You see right here how we have documented the label seal number here, TEX 0284162. As we can see, that is a 7-digit number. Let me show you how this would work in Texas if I tried searching for that as a 6-digit number. So I got TEX 0284. Come back over here. TEX 0284. Come back. My memory's not strong enough to memorize all of that together. 0284162. 162. Let's see what happens if I search for that. All right. That is currently owned by B&L Estates, LLC. We can see the label seal, serial number, certificate number. If I click on this, I can see some more information about this property. It was previously owned, it's currently owned by B&L Estates. It was previously owned by Prosperity Alliance, an LLC that I had formed a couple years back. And then the previous owners, you can see a long list of previous owners there. I can see the location of the home, 1612 Kiever East, Lot 1, Melissa, Texas. I can see all of this information, manufacture date, date of sale, certificate numbers, right of survivorship, square footage of the home right here, 924 square foot. What's the model? Number of sections, that's a single wide home. Is it new or used? Wind zone, that's a wind zone 1 property. I also see up here, home elected as personal property. Lots of information all going on right here on this page. I come down here, I can see who the owner is, current owner, seller, previous owners. I can also see if there's any active mortgage liens. From right here, I can see that TDHCA knows of no liens against this property. That's great for me to know. If there are liens placed there, I'm gonna have to learn how to cure title. We'll talk about that in a future class. But coming further down here, label, serial, weight, width, length. That was a 14 by 66, built by Champion Homes. Okay. Coming back up here, see this button right here that says print statement of ownership certificate? If you're missing the title to these homes and you're in Texas, this is a little piece of gold for you. I click on that. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, there we go. Right there is the statement of ownership and location, also known as the title for Texas. right there. All I had to do is go in there with that. I got the title to the home. I can see, if there's any liens against it, current owner, previous seller, physical address, no liens. Like you can see down here, it says no liens. Boom, there's my title to this house. That is how easy it is for you here in Texas to find this information out. And that's what I wanted to highlight for you. I can also come down here and see the tax lien history. If I click on check tax lien history, I pull this up. No active attached tax liens found. No unattached active tax liens found. Attached released tax liens. So there used to be tax liens on this property. I know because I had them released. I was actually the one that released this one in 2014. So there is all of the information you need to know. Hold up. I forgot about this, and this is just kind of a side tangent. Mobile homes are awesome when it comes to taxes. Most mobile homes you get, your annual taxes will be somewhere between $50 and maybe $300 for a mobile home from what I have dealt with and had to deal with in the past. So when we're talking about tax liens, the amount was $28, $156, $139, $121. These tax liens are not wild and crazy. They're just needing to be paid. So there you go. That is how you research title here in Texas. I'll go through and just highlight these for you one more time, showing you some of the bill of sales, things that happened in the past. But this is what you're gonna need to do if you're going out to try and secure your very own mobile home. You need to research the title. However you have to do that, DMV, DPS, get in touch with your local whoever and ask them, hey, I've got a mobile home, I want to transfer title. How do I do that? Okay, do you have any way for me to research title to make sure that there's no liens, tax liens, or anything else like that? Go ahead, take the time, figure that out on your own. After you've watched this course, I've given you what you need to figure out. Now you just need to go out there and do it. So if you've gotten any value out of this, place some comments in the below saying at the very least, thank you. If you didn't get any value out of it, throw me the double ups and we'll call it a day. Have a good one. Thank you.